Priscilla is directed by Sofia Coppola and stars Cailee Spaeny and Elordi. The film centers around the unseen side, the great American myth of Elvis and Priscilla Presley's courtship and marriage. Firstly, I want to say I was surprised how things are handled in this film. This film doesn't go out of its way to completely vilify Elvis. If it's not a hit piece for people of this generation to completely condemn the guy's music, it's simply showing the two's relationship for what it is, and it almost looks at it from an outside perspective as well as Priscilla's perspective. It takes liberties to show more of the undesirable aspects of their relationship that borders on toxic and slightly abusive, but the film's main focus isn't to always show it, and to show that this relationship is bad, which I have to respect the filmmakers for doing, as it could have been so easy nowadays to make this film a hit piece. What we actually see are many scenes of a really nice relationship. The film is phrased as an unconventional love story, because as lovely as a lot of the couple scenes together are, you are always made consciously aware that at the start of this long relationship, Priscilla was underage for a while. It was a good way of making you feel uncomfortable at times while seeing some really nice scenes happen on screen. I think another reason this works is the casting. It's very genius having Elordi play Elvis in this film. It works mostly for the first half of this film, because when you see Elvis and Priscilla together in comparison to Elordi's massive height, Priscilla looks so young. I imagine this detail was intentional. However, as the movie goes on, this loses its aspect a bit, because you know Priscilla is older by this time and you see Elvis still as this giant. It's a little jarring, but it's only a minor thing. The performances in this film are really great. Spaeny is great as Priscilla. At the start of the film, she's able to play up this innocence while at the same time leaning into a fanboy aspect of getting to be around Elvis, which the film makes clear would be an otherworldly experience for any women around in the era. My issue is, despite this, I feel there's moments where they make her a bit obsessive, especially in the earlier scenes, but maybe due to Priscilla's age, it could have been how she was at the time. It's kind of hard to tell. I think Elordi did a really great job as Elvis. The best part of his performance has to be his voice. His Elvis impression is incredible. It's not the hardest voice to replicate, I know, but when people get it right and when they get it down to a T, it can still be a nice detail to have, and I think Elordi's impression is spot on, and as the film progresses, you fully believe him as the character. He's good at being able to go between caring and maybe not even caring about the relationship in a convincing way. I do wish, however, Elordi had more moments to do some performances as Elvis, but I understand that's not the point of the film at all. There is one scene where Elordi performs a song near the start of the film, but I couldn't tell if it was a recording or if it was Elordi's actual singing voice. There are moments in the movie as well when either a certain lighting will be on his face, or if he's shown from a different angle. However they made it happen, there are moments in the movie where he almost kind of looks uncannily like Elvis. This film is incredibly stunning, especially as it progressed. The visuals just get more and more impressive and they look fantastic on the big screen. It's definitely worth seeing in a cinema for the visuals alone. It's very authentic for the time the film's set in. There's a grain on the film that makes it feel like the 60s, which was a nice detail to see. Music in the film is really good, despite it only featuring one Elvis song very briefly. In hindsight, I do wonder if this is more on Coppola's account rather than the copyright holders of Elvis's music, since the film is from Priscilla's perspective. Maybe they didn't want the focus of the music to be on Elvis. Overall, I think this film is brilliantly made, and as of now, it's probably my favorite film from Coppola's. It may change in time, but right now, I just love so many aspects of this movie that just works for it. I'm giving Priscilla 4.5 stars. It's an unconventional love story that will leave you feeling warm inside while also slightly disturbed, along with some amazing direction and great performances. This is one not to be missed.